This is exactly why the WNBA and USA Basketball and everybody else that's got access to Caitlin Clark should be trying to push her to the top of everything. Because do you know why we wanted to look at this last night? Because of Caitlin Clark.
How the WNBA had to reconsider its entire season format due to the electric potential of one budding star is startling. However, why is the WNBA altering its forthcoming season in such a novel way?
WNBA teams won't include fever games in half-season ticket packages because they would lose too much money. Numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA.
So we know the Caitlin Clark effect is real, obviously. It is incredibly obvious that it's real. But this might just sum it up more than anything else.
The WNBA just made a groundbreaking decision that is causing controversy. The Indiana Fever won't be incorporated into the league's new ticket pricing packaging plan for the forthcoming campaign.
You want to add a team to Miami? I don't think people understand the market. You don't add franchises when you're losing money, let alone if one of those places is Miami. We had a team for 3 years. They shut down because they played with black curtains around the arena. They were playing in front of 500 people.
That goes back to the point of the pressure being on Caitlin because they're adding because they think that she's going to...
Why would you even consider Miami among the teams? People don't...
But this change is not as confusing as it might seem at first. The Caitlin Clark impact is crucial, a phenomena that is already changing the league's tactics and highlighting the enormous impact of this budding star.
Purchase a half-season ticket to receive access to add-on to Fever games. The Go has her own package. She literally has her own package. They could even sell out Gamebridge for day one of Fever camp. They 100% could. I'm sorry, they could sell out Gamebridge for day one of Fever's training camp. There's a 0% chance they...
The WNBA is taking a risk by omitting the Fever from this specific ticketing approach in order to profit from the unprecedented buzz about Clark with the goal of increasing revenue and fan interaction to an unprecedented degree.
Of saying the schedule and just being back to what I've called a normal life in the WNBA has been massive. But to quickly run through a couple of other things, and we're going to talk about Aaliyah Boston and Clark here momentarily, so I won't go too deep into that one. Their pairing has been fantastic.
There is no denying Caitlin Clark's influence on basketball, the youthful star, renowned for her amazing scoring. Basketball fans are enthralled with his skill, long shooting range, and thrilling performances. Fans all throughout the country. Her games are becoming must-watch, and her presence on the floor attracts a lot of attention. Occasions.
Effect strikes again, this time catapulting the WNBA to levels they didn't think were possible if we only look back 2 years from now. Caitlin Clark has put the WNBA #1 on Morning Consult's fastest growing brands of 2020.
Acknowledging this rise in popularity, the WNBA is eager to capitalize on her influence to increase its exposure and financial success. The choice to exclude the Indiana Fever from the package for ticket prices, a tactic that usually combines games together to promote wider attendance, indicates a deliberate attempt to focus the league's marketing power in matches with the best potential for profits. The Iowa Hawkeyes, Clark's squad, are already building a sizable fan base. The WNBA is wagering that her move to the professional league will maintain that momentum. Moving forward, drawing increasingly bigger crowds and making substantial profits.
When Clark comes to town, we're going to be adding 10 times the price probably. You're probably looking at $300 tickets when Caitlin Clark comes to town.
The league may establish a premium by carefully setting ticket prices and packaging for games that include Clark. Experience that capitalizes on her enthusiasm. This approach goes beyond simply increasing short-term earnings. It's a long-term investment in the league's future with the goal of raising its prominence and securing a larger fan base. The WNBA is aware of how uncommon players like Caitlin Clark are and how popular they are, and media coverage can change the league's course. Consequently, concentrating on matchups that comprise. By showcasing the league's most valuable asset, Clark's squad raises broadcast viewership, goods purchases, as well as general interest in women's basketball.
So the Washington Mystics owner Sheila Johnson goes on CNN and says that the entire WNBA should have been put on the cover of Time magazine. It is hard to get away from this conversation because it just keeps making national news. And to be frank, I've never seen a story in the WNBA get as much widespread coverage as this is getting. I honestly can't wait until the season's back in so we can get more about basketball.
Conversely, the Indiana Fever's omission from this specific plan is not a knock against the team, but rather an expression of the state of the market. The Fever, repairing and honing their skills, may not yet have the star power or fan base to match the anticipated spectacle of Clark's games. The WNBA's decision shows how much the league leans on Caitlin Clark, whose influence cannot be disputed. To enhance its financial status and reputation, this is a pivotal moment in the history of the WNBA, suggesting a shift toward more aggressive marketing tactics and a greater emphasis on star power to advance the league. The WNBA's bold moves demonstrate how women's sports are becoming more widely recognized as lucrative and exciting. Venue as supporters eagerly anticipate the start of the season. With Clark's dynamic, the league is poised to reach new heights. Appeal, showing how star power and strategic ingenuity can transform professional women's basketball. Scene. The topic has been the WNBA's recent plan to make a significant change for the 2017 season. Of gossip, rumor has it that the league was first uneasy because they were worried that losses could arise from these modifications.
You mentioned the Caitlin Clark effect. What does that mean to you?
What a incredible human being she is. Not only does she represent Iowa, but she represents women's basketball. She represents women's sports.
Nevertheless, the WNBA has implemented a novel approach, including ticket packing, in spite of these worries. That seeks to increase attendance at games, especially those of dominant clubs like the Chicago Sky and Aces of Las Vegas. Under the new plan, fans can now buy a package that gives them access to 5 separate games. Includes contests against some of the most popular teams in the league, like the Las Vegas Aces and the Sky over Chicago. The WNBA is providing casual viewers with an opportunity to participate more by grouping these games together with the sport while simultaneously providing devoted fans with a more cost-effective option. This tactic appears to be a direct reaction to the WNBA's increasing popularity, which was partly sparked by players such Caitlin Clark, who has given the league fresh enthusiasm and attention. The leaders of the league appear to be relying on the notion that the appeal of witnessing several games at a single low ticket and the improved exposure will exceed all possible financial risks related to the bundles at a discount point. One of the major benefits of this strategy is the possibility of filling additional seats for a variety of games, even ones that might not usually attract sizable audiences.
Call AJ Wilson the face of the league. I'm sorry, you don't need to purchase a 10-game package for the option to watch AJ Wilson play basketball. You don't.
Additionally, this action can encourage secondary spending on merchandise, concessions, and other in-arena activities, making up for any initial declines in ticket discount revenue by bringing in more people. These extra revenue streams might significantly increase for the league, despite the early rumors that financial risk. The WNBA's choice to move forward with this ticket packaging strategy is indicative of a progressive mindset to expanding the sport. This calculated risk implies that the league is optimistic about its future and the growing. The Stars' popularity, including games with teams like the Las Vegas Aces and the Chicago Sky, guarantees that the package provides excellent entertainment value, making it a tempting deal for both new and returning fans.
Becoming an iconic figure like a Michael Jordan, like a Tiger Woods, like a Serena Williams. Nike just invested in her $28 million, which I think should be way more.
To be able to carry the pressure of always being on, always being ready, always having to say the right thing and making sure that like you're as delicate as possible, trying to come across as like not only a great person, but the great athlete that she is. She also carries herself on the basketball.
By leveraging the success of clubs like the Sky and the Aces and providing supporters with the opportunity to watch several games at a reduced price, the league is setting itself up for long-term expansion and more visibility in the realm of sports. Recently, the WNBA decided to significantly alter its forthcoming The league has been rocked by Caitlin Clark's electrifying influence this season. The Indiana Fever's omission from these changes is even more striking, and it says volumes about the amazing desire to witness Clark in action once more.
NBA owners, investors, a lot of whom own WNBA franchises, for example, the Indiana Pacers, or the owner owns the Indiana Fever, okay? And that is running throughout the league. Well, even with the Caitlin Clark uptick in business, and it was significant, it did not matter. The WNBA is set to lose $40 million this season, for this prior season.
This choice demonstrates how Clark's influence on the game has extended beyond her team and surpassed other prominent players such as A'ja Wilson and Angel Reese. It's an obvious message. Viewers are more excited to see Clark play more than any other individual or group. The quick ascent to fame of Caitlin Clark has been nothing not quite extraordinary. Her on-court exploits, which were marked by unparalleled talent, exciting plays, and a captivating presence, have enthralled audiences around the country. The expectation of her return is seen in action, taking precedence over the customary focus on other elite players and teams. The absence of the Indiana Fever, a team with its own history and fan following, from these new changes highlight how exceptional Clark's draw is.
The growth is happening so fast. It's so accelerated. And I've been saying this in our own organization that business as usual isn't going to work anymore. You're going to get left behind. Certainly, Caitlin's first game, they were going to value. I'm all for that. I get it.
Although Angel Reese, who is well known for her skill on the court, has had a big influence, her presence doesn't quite inspire the same degree of passion among supporters. In a similar vein, A'ja Wilson, a powerful athlete and important WNBA personality, commands respect and admiration, but it doesn't elicit the same kind of popular, nearly feverish enthusiasm. But Caitlin Clark offers something more, a quality that transcends athletic achievement. And into the domain of cultural phenomena, the WNBA's latest plans further exclude the Indiana Fever. Emphasizes this point. It's a calculated move that subtly recognizes Clark's greater marketability and the unparalleled. She inspires enthusiasm. The Fever's absence is more a result of the enormous urge to center than of their flaws. The season around athletes who can draw large crowds and increase viewership, with Clark